Hey, this is Retro. I'm back. Hey, sorry guys. I ain't gonna lie, dude. I just gonna be honest. I have not been on YouTube. If I did been on YouTube, I've just been watching other people's videos. But prior to making videos, I haven't. I ain't want to do no videos lately. But I have my reason why though. But at the same time, cause I'm too busy on Twitter. I'm trying to multitask between Twitter and YouTube, doing videos for YouTube, but like I said, there hasn't been nothing worth talking about until now. And then gonna be something worth talking about, around the holiday season, a PS5 selling, more consoles and stuff like that, and then the NPD numbers. So that's the reason why I haven't been on here. But anywho, the reason why I'm on here today, because it's something that I would want to share off my mind and my thoughts that I think is very important. And I'm not gonna make this video long. I'm just gonna make it short as possible. But anywho, I just want to share my thoughts about what's going on Twitter right now. All these clowns talking about 30 frames per second, Gotham Knight, which I don't see no sense in. They've been doing this forever, with this 30 frames per second thing. And I barely, don't see a change in the future, about it. I think they still gonna use 60 frames per second, but when you dealing with third-party developers, they gonna do what they want to do. And my thing is this: I'm hearing everybody, all these so-called gamers say, complaining and crying about this 30 frames per second stuff. When it comes down to Gotham. My thing is, dude, what TV do you have? What? I'm kind of confused. You expecting for your console to do all the work, but you not expecting your television to do the work also. To have, better graphics, because the TV helps a lot. The projectors helps a lot. You never talk about what your TV or your projector to do to get best picture quality, for the best, whatever, speed and movement that you want, when it come down to your games or movies that you watch, but more importantly, games, dude, DC games been like that for a long time, running at 30 frames per second. I even got Batman games. I ain't had no problem with them running like that. And like I said, if you having problem if it going 60 frames per second, there's something wrong with your eyes. You really need to go to the doctor. That if you having no problem like that every time that you want to see a game all the time being made in 60 frames per second. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. It's good for you to have high expectations. But actions and adventures game been running 30 frames a second for a long time. And you will never knew what 30 and 60 frames per second was to EA games until EA Games Sports. When it came down to Madden, running 60 frames per second, and Activision Modern Warfare that really need to run 60 frames per second, because these are first person shooting games, which makes sense, because those games look nice running 60 frames per second. But when you start to, and also Madden, because Madden looked gorgeous, because I remember when Madden was on the PlayStation 2, that game moved terribly. But when EA, stepped their game up, you see Madden moving real good, Madden football and all this other type of stuff, just like you're looking at a real game. That's how the motion capture is captured in the game. So that makes sense for you to have a 60 frames per second. Sports games and military games like Call of Duty and Silcom or whatever, Killzone, all them games need 60 frames per second. But I don't see many times an action and adventure game need 60 frames per second. That's nothing but a cherry on top. So I don't know what all this fake outrage about. Like I said before, what the purpose you getting 120 hertz television, 4K television, and then you still crying over 60 frames? You still crying over 60 frames. So that means your television ain't doing no lifting. That means that television that you purchased not doing no type of lifting at all. And that's my opinion. So my thing is, stop crying over this 30 and 60 frames. Say y'all ain't making no sense whatsoever. And then like the PC gonna change your fate. It's not gonna change your fate. And I'm tired of hearing this stuff out here with fanboys get out here, you know, these PC fanboys get out here talking about PlayStation and Xbox number plastic box. What do you think a PC is? PC and console is made out of plastic and steel. Okay? You keep on saying like your PC made out of steel, dude, you probably would be barbecued already. They need plastic. On PCs or on consoles, whatever they need it on. Because if you turn around and try to plug up your PC that made out of steel only with no plastic, nigga, forgive me, dude, you are barbecued. You are roasted. So hey, enough of that. I ain't mean to be on this video long, but leave me your opinion, thought, what you think about, you know, Gotham Knight being 30 frames per second. That don't bother me because most of the games and adventure and action game is running 30 frames per second. I even got Batman series games running 30 frames per second. I don't have no problem with it. But hey, there you have it. This is Retro, and I'm out. One.